internet today, and so that means I will be uploading again. I'm currently uploading the videos that I made a couple days ago from last week and such. And we got the lowest amount of internet, so one video is going to take like an hour and a half, so it's going to take a while. So I'm going to try to keep my videos short and sweet, but if you've cared to watch any of my videos, you know that's very hard for me to do. Just a quick update on my status. I'm still in a great deal of pain. The pain medication that I got from the hospital, I have somehow made it stretch until now, and it's the 26th. I've been taking like a fourth of a pill at a time, and even though it's just a little bit, it's better than nothing. I don't know. I only take it, I take either a whole pill or a half a pill, days that I have to go out and do things, which is not often. I've had to cancel every doctor's appointment that I've had. It's not necessary. Unfortunately, I had to reschedule again the orthopedic surgeon. I had to cancel the dermatologist, which I really needed to go to them, but it wasn't as important. So I tried to get a hold of Dr. Johnson. If you remember, he's the one I spoke about that was with the Evergreen Center in Jeffersonville. He was the one that really listened to me and really tried to help me with everything. And unfortunately, because some of his methods were non-traditional or not necessarily FDA regulated yet, my insurance wouldn't pay for it, for him to help me any further. So that's whenever I was sent to the rheumatologist from hell. I called him today because I went to go get my labs done today. I wrote up a nice little thing because I was told that if I go to a lab, the specific lab company, that you can request your own labs. Well, I tried to make it all legit, and I made up this doctor's name. Her name was Angela Minzen, and I didn't forge a doctor's signature or anything because that's illegal. So all I did was just make this. It says laboratory testing sheet on it, and I found all the labs on it and any codes that were needed. And all I did was put my name, birth date, the date, and then I just said, please, send records, and then I put her email address that I made up for me, and I put or forward to patient's address, and I put my address on there. So, that's all I did. I didn't want to forge anything. I didn't want to put doctor or something on there, because I didn't want to get in trouble. And she looked at that, and I tried to pass it off as, try to make up a story about it. And she's like, well, we need a doctor's office number, and we need a signature. So I wasn't able to get the labs done that I needed. So I called Dr. Johnson's office, hoping he could help me out, even if I had to come in for a visit. And I found out he is no longer with that practice. So I am in the middle of tracking him down. But I went ahead and left a message with the practice, hoping just somebody in that practice can help me. I mean, I just needed somebody to request these labs for me. That's not my hair. I swear, my hair is probably looking crazy, but it's not that crazy. It's the lamp and the shadow behind me. So that was a bust. I tried to get my labs done and couldn't do that. So I tried to call them today and didn't get a hold of anybody, so I left a message. And pain management still hasn't fucking called me back. It is Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah. Thursday, May the 26th. Yeah. And they still haven't called me. So, and I mean, I'm getting to where within the next day or two, I'm going to be in excruciating pain again. Because the medication that the ER gave me is pretty much gone. I've got enough left to do me for one more day of needing to do things, pretty much. So the rest of the time, I'm going to be couch ridden. I had to move from the recliner to the couch because the recliner started to hurt. So, and I'm going to be contacting a new rheumatologist through Norton because obviously the rheumatologist at U of L, I'm not even going to finish that because I don't have pretty words to say. And I gotta start saying less nasty words because, yeah. I'm trying to not be such a smart ass. And I'm trying not to say nasty things. But it's to the point where when I get these bills from these doctors, I am to the point where I want to write nope on the bill and then just send it back to them. Like, why should I pay you? You didn't do anything for me. Like, you looked at me and you spoke to me for 5 minutes. Does that mean that if I happen to greet somebody as I'm walking down the street and I talk to them for a few minutes, I can charge them $200 and something? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, really. Like, you didn't even examine me. Like, the stethoscope didn't touch me. You didn't test my reflexes. Nothing. Nothing. You looked at my hand and the other doctor touched the inside of my elbow. That was pretty much it. I'm not paying you. I'm sorry. And then I've got other doctors that are wanting, no. Because when I finally find out what's wrong, there's going to be a lot of hell to pay, and it's not going to be coming out of my wallet. So, I really don't know what the point of this video was for. I just wanted to talk, honestly. I have been stuck in this house for almost 3 weeks. I have minimal human interaction, and I am just sick and tired of being stuck within my thoughts. And I guess this is just kind of a release. I don't even know if anybody's even watching these fucking videos. And quite frankly, I don't care. If you are, I guess my biggest advice is just don't stop. Don't settle for what you know is wrong. There's so many times where I wanted to say, okay, you know what, fuck it. If that's what they want to say I have, then I have it. But I know that the medications they give me are not going to work. I know that the treatments that they're going to give me are not going to work because it's not what I have. So I accept it. I mean, it's not going to fix anything. It's just going to prolong the problem. You know, I have a 9-year-old that I need to take care of and I want to spend time with while he's still a child. You know, I have a family I need to take care of. I have a house I need to take care of. I need to get back to work. I need to take care of my family. And I want to continue making more of a family. And I can't do that by prolonging the problem. You know, that's like becoming an alcoholic. I'd just be prolonging the problem. The problem would still be there when I wake up the next day. I mean, that's literally, if they gave me medication for fibromyalgia, that would literally be pretty much the same as me being an alcoholic, only I would probably be, actually no, I'd probably be the same amount of functional, only I wouldn't be in pain if I was an alcoholic, because the alcohol would actually take away the pain. The Lyrica and the gabapentin and the nerve medication doesn't take away the pain because I don't have nerve pain. And that's what I keep trying to explain to them. And then I explained to one doctor that I can't have any antidepressants. And he makes this snide comment, well, that's not good for an ER doctor to hear. What do you mean that's not good for an ER? Is an ER doctor going to prescribe antidepressants? I mean, what do you mean by that? Okay? I had clinical depression when I was 14 and postpartum depression when I was 17. That's how I know that I cannot have antidepressants, because I've had a reaction to every single fucking one of them. Because I've been on every single fucking one of them. I can't be on anything that messes with my serotonin. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, do you want me to seriously, while I'm screaming in pain, sit here and name off every single one I've been on? It'd just be a lot easier to just say, I can't have antidepressants. I mean, these doctors they don't fucking think before they open their mouth. You know, they take this oath of doing no harm, and almost every doctor I've been to has broken that oath. If you sit and think about it. Because they've caused me nothing but harm. They've caused me mental anguish, and they've prolonged my illness. So, I don't know, maybe this was kind of like a diary entry. I just kind of needed to vent. You know, while my slow ass internet was loading everything up. But at least I have internet now, so we're not, paying out the ass for data. Going over data, oh my god, we paid almost $150 because we went over data, and I'm like, we could have had high-speed internet for that much shit. So, we ended up getting internet, thankfully. So, I'm just over. I'm so tired of these doctors who think they're the fucking God and they know all. You don't know all. You make mistakes. Yeah, you went to school for this and you went to school for that, but you don't know me. You don't know my body. I know me. I know my body. How about you listen to me? And you listen to what I'm translating to you that my body is telling me. Isn't that what a doctor should be doing? I think a lot of doctors forget that. And unfortunately, the few doctors that I've come across that haven't forgot that can't help me anymore. The first doctor that I came across that I really, really liked. She was my doctor whenever I was a kid for a short time and when I was a teenager. And then when I became an adult, I stopped seeing her just because I wasn't sick for a while. I was on my own insurance and whatever. And she hasn't been accepting new patients since forever. She's very busy. And I've been trying to get back in with her forever because she's an amazing doctor. And I can't. She's always busy. So, and then the second one, I was seeing him for the longest time, and he trusted my judgment so well, I could call him. And as long as he's seen me within the past 6 months, I could call him and say, hey, I have bronchitis, and he'd call me in something over the phone. You know, he trusted my judgment, and he knew that I knew what I was talking about. But then he left the practice because he was getting screwed over. See, these doctors are getting screwed over in their practices, and they're being forced to leave. And that's what happened with my pain management doctor. I don't want to go too far into it, but from what I understand, was there was an issue that there was a burden that he was being made to carry, and it would have had bad ramifications set upon him if he would have taken that burden, and it wasn't worth it to him. And he actually listened to me and understood that even though the doctors haven't figured out what's wrong with me, I am in actual pain. And then there was Dr. Johnson, who, you know, I'm trying to get a hold of again, who, you know, he admitted to me, you know, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'm going to try to figure it out. Doctors won't admit that. Most doctors will not admit that. They will find something that they can treat, and they'll treat it, and then dismiss you. Or they'll act like you're crazy and dismiss you. Or they'll diagnose you with something completely different, like fibromyalgia, and send you on your merry way. Dismiss you. You know, and he would actually tell me, you know what? I thought it was this. It's obviously not. Let's go with this. Let's try this, see what happens with this. I mean, and he really did try. And I loved him for that. He really did try to help me. I mean, he saw in me that I was really hurting. And I was really wanting to get healthy again. And he really did try. But unfortunately, the next step of the process wasn't FDA regulated or approved or whatever, so my insurance wouldn't pay for it, and I didn't have the money for it. And, you know, and I love how people are like, oh, well, you need to get out of this Western medicine, and you need to go to an acupuncturist, and you need to go to a chiropractor, and you need to do this and that. And okay, for one, I have all the above. Okay. And it's not that I'm dismissing that, because I do want to go back to the chiropractor. I would love to be able to go to an acupuncturist regularly, because one time of going is not going to help you. And I've only done once. And they told me right off the bat, you're not going to feel relief from one session. You're going to feel some relief right at the time of the session, but you're not going to feel lasting relief from one session. They told me that right off the bat. You know, I would love to go to a massage therapist. I would love to go to, you know, all this. Herbal healing and shit. Okay? I would love to not have to take fucking 20 pills a day. Okay? You know what? Insurance doesn't pay for it. And I don't have the money to pay for it. So I'm stuck with Western medicine. So thank you to everybody saying, oh, well, it's Western medicine that's making you sicker. Well, I don't think it's making me more sick. It may not be helping me, but I don't have any other choice. I can't just sit here and do nothing. I mean, I don't have a choice. So all these doctors, and then I have this cardiologist. The cardiologist so far is the only doctor that I have right now that actually got me. You know, that I can keep. But, I mean, I don't need to see him for another 6 months. So, what the fuck? So, yeah. And I don't see my new doctor until June. Oh, and then my boss asked me when I'm coming back. I'm like, well, if the paperwork that I turned in between November and April hadn't gotten lost, then I wouldn't have been denied my leave of absence. So therefore, I wouldn't need to turn in more paperwork to be approved for my leave of absence. And on the flip side of that, not only do I need to prove my reasoning for my leave of absence, I need to prove that I'm okay to go to work to come off of my leave of absence that I was never put on. This company, I swear to God, is fucking retarded. Like, I'm debating on whether I want to go back to work for them, and I really don't care if somebody from my company sees this video. I really don't. This isn't one of those, like, oh, you dumbass, you shouldn't have posted that about your work. I'm not mentioning my company in this. And I know the consequences if, you know, they put 2 and 2 together. This company, at least at that time period, didn't know their ass from home ground. I mean, fuck. They can't take me off the leave of absence that I was never put on because I didn't have enough proof for my leave of absence. I'm gone. What fucking more proof do you need? Okay? The fuck? Then they were wondering, well, why did you wait till January to report your leave of absence? Well, because my bosses kept telling me to wait. Even though I knew that I shouldn't have waited. And then when I go to the office to turn in a leave of absence, they don't know how to do it. What the fuck? Anyways, I don't know if this one's going to get uploaded or not. Depends on how I feel at the moment. Yeah, I'm pissed off. I can't get this earring out. If you notice, I've got the tunnel, tube, cap, whatever earring in this one, and then I've got the horseshoe in this one. I can't get this one unscrewed. I don't know if, like, when I screwed it in, like, got caught sideways. I've used pliers. I've used everything. I cannot get the motherfucker off. I know that was random. I'm tired, and I'm waiting for this damn thing to upload. And I'm just in pain and just trying to keep my mind off shit. So, tomorrow, I will be making more phone calls and making more appointments that I can't fucking afford. Because we're living off one fucking income. That's another thing. Because I unfortunately have to... I unfortunately have to live off of food stamps. I have to gather all this fucking information and give them to him, which is simple, really, because all I need is a bank statement and a couple more things. Well, it would be simple if I had my pain medication, because in order to do that, the bank needs my correct home address. Well, in order for the bank to have my correct home address, they need my ID to have my correct home address. Well, in order for them to have my correct home address on my ID, I need to go to the BNB. So there's just a lot of shit that I gotta do to get from point A to point Z, and I don't have enough medication to fucking do it. I need somebody to fucking call me about my medication. I'm glad I'm not an addict, because if I would have went through withdrawal and the pain, that would have been fucking really bad. Luckily, I was taking not even enough to take care of the pain. Some people who take, and what I mean by being an addict and in pain, is people who take pain medication and get high off of it regularly when they take it. It means they're taking more than what they need, more milligram than what they need. And so therefore they become physically addicted to it. Well, my medication barely made my pain tolerable. So luckily I wasn't physically dependent on it, except for the pain. So luckily I didn't have to go through a fucking withdrawal with it too. So, but I'm gonna cut this one short, because it's already been almost 30 minutes, and I'm just fucking rambling about fucking nonsense, so. We're gonna look more into the Phlox situation with the fluoroquinolones. I haven't heard back from the lawyer or anything, but I'm hoping to get these labs done, because there's 2 of them that will actually tell me a little bit more about that, and get a little closer to whether I should pursue that or not. So, yeah. So, if I find something else to rant about, then I'll make another video. I'm thinking about making another channel, for rantings on, other subjects, because there's been a lot of subjects going on, especially on Facebook, and I've made a couple rantings, and with nothing else to fucking do, it feels nice to rant, so I might do that. So, and there will be a link, like, on my channel, on this channel, there will be a link to it on my, channels, so, yeah, so just keep an eye out for that if you're interested. If there's anybody out there even fucking watching this shit.